Drive, you might use mass transit, but taking the bus or trolley in San Diego, that may be getting more expensive.
The Metropolitan Transit System, or MTS, is eyeing the possibility of raising its fare for the first time in more than a decade, as well as cutting back on service. CBS 8's Richard Allen is here now with more on how much fares could jump and how riders are reacting. I'm sure not happy.
Not happy. That's right, Carlo and Marcella. In fact, this proposed plan passed by the MTS Executive Committee this week comes as the MTS is facing a looming budget crisis. Now, if given the green light, transit fares for the bus or trolley could increase between 10 and 20%. That would mark the first time MTS fares have gone up since 2009. But before that happens, the public would have a chance to weigh in.
I'm surprised that the rates haven't gone up already.
Bay Park resident Cindy Martin relies on MTS, taking the bus or trolley nearly every day. She says while it remains a good value, any increase in fare would be felt by many of its passengers.
It definitely has an impact. Living here in San Diego is expensive. So, but it's bound to happen, so you kind of just got to bite the bullet and deal with it.
Under this possible fare hike, which would bring in an estimated $8 to $15 million in increased revenue for the MTS every year, the current cost of $2.50 a ride could increase to either $2.75 or $3. An annual MTS pass could jump from $72 to $79 or $86. Although MTS officials point out that price was established more than 15 years ago.
That price remains in place today, and then just by inflation alone, that $72 is about $110 in buying power today. So you can see how much we've lost by not having these sort of increases this whole entire time.
Still, for many riders, any fare hike would be felt, including for El Cajon resident Harold Johnson, who uses MTS every day.
So it would kind of hurt a little bit, but not too much. But I have to deal with it.
I think it's really bad, especially because public transport is supposed to be for everybody.
But before any fare hikes take effect, it first has to be approved by both the boards of the MTS and the North County Transit District, after which Sandag would hold 2 public hearings to adopt the new fare. And already, MTS Executive Committee member and County Supervisor Monica Montgomery Stepp has made her position very clear.
When we look at the numbers, we can certainly justify it. I can't support it because I think that it will just add additional pressure to working families.
Pointing out at Thursday's Executive Committee meeting that 75% of MTS riders are low income.
I'm not continuing to do this on the back of poor people. Just won't be able to do it.
And while this proposed plan, which could also mean cuts in service as well, was approved by the Executive Committee, it now has to be approved a second time by the full MTS board next week. Now, if ultimately passed, this fare hike would most likely go into effect next July. So we have a little bit of time.
Yeah, understandably, people don't want to pay more. The rates, though, have remained the same for quite some time.
Yeah.
Are other metropolitan transit districts facing similar problems with financial?
That's a good question. Yeah, across the country, transportation districts are facing similar problems, these budget crises, basically. And we're actually in a better position. We haven't reached what they're calling the fiscal cliff just yet. Right. Other cities, they mentioned San Francisco, Philadelphia already had. In fact, in Philadelphia, just last month, they increased their rates. They've cut back on service. So we are far from the only city facing these budget pressures.
Because we need to keep things affordable for the people that want to get around and use public transportation. It's a fine line on how much do you raise the fare.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Richard.
Thank you.